Hello everyone, this is Jason with Inovelli. Today we're going to discuss how to install an Inovelli switch or dimmer as a three-way using a normal three-way switch on one side and an Inovelli switch on the other side. Now this installation is going to go over how to do that when a 12-3 Romex goes in between both switch boxes. That 12-3 will consist of a red, black, and white. So let's get to it. Okay, what we got here, we have the side we're going to put the Inovelli switch on, which is the line side where we have 120 volts that starts at. Pull the switches out. You can see the neutral right here. You can also see our two travelers, which is our black and our red. You see them go back to this Romex right here, and there is a white back here that's already tied to the neutral. So we know that white tied to the neutral is going to the other switch along with these two travelers right here. So what we want to do, we want to go ahead and take these two travelers off and the line side. We got all three out. Hopefully you've turned off power as instructed before. But here is our line right here, 120 volts, going to this Scotch lock right here that has all of our power in it. Again, we have our two travelers going to the other switch and the neutral back here that's tied to all the neutrals headed to the other switch. Now what we want to do on this side is we want to go ahead and designate our traveler, which is our red. We'll go ahead and use the red and tie it to the back of the switch where the traveler section is. So go ahead and put that in there. Now the black here, which would be our load going to the other switch, we'll go ahead and put that under load. And now we have our power, which is our 120 volt. We'll put that under line. And now what we'll do is the included jumper wire that comes into the Inovelli box. We'll go ahead and add that into the neutral right here. Okay, so which I've already done that. Here is the included jumper that comes in the box. We'll put this to the neutral in the back of the switch. Now we'll flip the switch over right side up where the LED is on the bottom, and we'll put these into place, but we will not screw them down just yet until we test. Okay, now let's head to the other side. Now what we'll see on the other side, we've pulled the switch out, we'll see our black, our red, we'll have our neutral in here that's already tied, Scotch locked and tied, going straight to the light. You'll have your load right here. So what we want to do is go ahead and just unscrew all these. Get them out of the way so you can get an idea of what we got going on here. So now what we've got, pull these apart. Now you see your two travelers right here. Traveler 1, Traveler 2. You also see the neutral going to that same white. Okay, so these should already be capped together. Now if you notice right here, this has got a loop through it. A lot of installers, when they're doing roughing for the electrical, they'll wrap a loop around their finger so when they come back and do the switches, it's easy to identify which one the switch leg is or the load is going to the light. So what we want to do now is the two blacks that are here, we want to tie those together. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these together. Put a good Scotch lock on them, wrap them up, push them to the back of the box, out of the way. Okay, now you have your traveler, which goes to the opposite of the common screw, and you got your neutral. Now you can actually take the Scotch lock off the neutral, straighten these out, and put both of them under the screw. Or if you have a piece of jumper wire, which I happen to have one, you can add a jumper wire to it. So we're going to go ahead and add a little jumper wire to it. Makes it a little bit easier. Make sure that's good and snug. Now you should have two wires here for the normal three-way switch. You'll have your neutral and you'll have your traveler. So what you want to do is get your switch and identify which one's the common on here. Now the common will always be the one that's a different color screw than the other two. You'll notice this one is black, you got gold, you flip it over, you got gold. Okay, so we know that the black one is the common. So we'll take the traveler and put it opposite of the common. And then we'll take the neutral and we'll put it in the common. Now what we'll do, we'll push the wires back up in there. We'll push the switch into place, but we will not mount it yet because again, we want to test. And now let's restore power. Now what we're going to do, we're going to flip the switch off, the Inovelli switch, and see if those lights that you see outside that are on right now, and we want to see if they go off. The light went off, great. Now we're going to flip the switch for the normal three-way and see if they come back on. They come back on. So that means you've got it wired right, and that's great. What you want to do sometimes, go back and forth a couple times and see, make sure everything's snug before you put the switches back into place, make sure they continue to work. But now that we've got the power back on and the switches are working correctly, the best thing to do is go ahead and turn power back off before you put these switches permanently in place. We'd like to thank you for stopping by and checking out how to install these three-ways, and we appreciate the continued support for this product, and we look forward to helping you in the future with all new products. Thanks. Have a great day.